Step forward if you believe Hamas is a terrorist organization.
Even though I believe...
The one in the middle of the pro-Palestine group, I don't think she wanted to step forward. It seemed like she stepped forward because she didn't want to be left out behind everybody else. Hi guys, doing this is Sahar TV, and in today's video we'll see a street smart YouTube video of a group of people who are pro-Palestine, a group of people who are pro-Israel, and then they have to step over the red line if they agree with the statement made about the topic. It's going to be interesting. Let's watch.
Welcome to Red Line. On the left, we have pro-Israelis, and on the right, pro-Palestinians, stepping beyond the red line if they agree with the prompt. Step forward if you lost friends for speaking out.
I had a really close friend of mine. He identifies as Palestinian. Since October 7th, things changed. I can't tolerate the fact they kidnapped from my community and they killed my community, and I don't want to see them in control and in power anymore. That was the moment that he stopped talking to me.
I was in a college campus echo chamber, and after October 7th, it felt like I was no longer a part of that. I was shocked that at my time of greatest need and the time of my community's greatest tragedies of my lifetime, that many of these people abandoned me.
Being a comedian and musician, there's a lot of people that I really thought we all shared at least common values. And when this all happened, to see people be confused about that on October 7th and October 8th and the days that ensued, to not really understand that this was what we were looking at was pretty crystal clear. Even very, very close friends of mine chose to believe some sort of skewed thing that was being presented to them in the social media world rather than the real world. And I lost friends and followers and people like that. And the followers don't bother me as much. The real friends, that was hard.
Step forward if you know someone personally affected by October 7th.
So one of my colleagues I was working with is actually in Israel right now. Some of the facts he gave me was kind of shocking. Like he has to go to the bomb shelter and you have to go through like the sirens and rockets coming over. So that was actually very shocking to know. And he was actually watching him going through like this kind of situation. It was kind of a culture shock and shocking for me.
Since I'm Israeli, I know.
So why are you pro-Palestine if you know that your friends are going through this type of reality where they have to go to the bomb shelters daily for even, a period of time of years? Then why are you still pro-Palestine if you see them trying to target your friends? I don't get this.
Everybody who got affected. My family, they were heavily affected from rockets falling next to their homes, from having to evacuate, to move, to hide and shelter yourself. That was also very devastating and very tough.
I am friends with some of the rescued and released hostages. I'm friends with some of the family members of rescued and released hostages. I have friends and family in Israel myself. I know people that have been permanently damaged because of October 7th or being in the war since. The attack on October 7th was an attack on the entire Jewish world.
I've met with hostage families. I've met with survivors of the Nova Music Festival massacre, individuals who lived on the kibbutzim that were attacked. I spoke to a woman who hid in her bomb shelter with her daughter as terrorists were trying to break in to kill them. To see the events of October 7th and then to find yourself on October 8th in a world that is confused, apathetic, or even supportive of such an event. And that is a very unfortunate, disheartening, and uneasy place to feel as a Jew.
Step forward if you believe Hamas is a terrorist organization.
Even though I believe...
The one in the middle of the pro-Palestine group, I don't think she wanted to step forward. It seemed like she stepped forward because she didn't want to be left out behind everybody else.
Hamas is a terrorist organization. I see why they take the actions they do to defend civilians from what is currently happening now. Why are they doing what they're doing? What is the purpose for what they're doing, right? Is it the right action? No. Now, are there other actions they could choose? Yes. There should be a conversation as to why the Hamas feel the way they feel. Has there been a time where Israelis have decided, no, we're not going to fire against them?
I'll tell you why they feel the way they feel, because they're Islamic and they believe in Sharia. They don't believe in the existence of the Jewish faith, because as long as we exist, Islam has no room to prevail and continue to grow. That's why. That's why they hate us. That's why they want to kill us. That's why they want to eradicate us. Come on. Who cares about how they feel? They don't feel anything about Israel. It's nothing towards Israel, it's towards the Jews.
I don't really know. And so that's what I got.
For me, it's as clear as day. Not because somebody told me their actions are terroristic, but I listened to the source directly. When I came across their covenant from 1988, I understood the end goal of that organization, which is to ethnically cleanse and erase the land of Israel and its Jewish history, and to establish an Islamic caliphate in the land of Israel today. Yahya Sinwar stood on stage and saying to people, bring your knife and go stab Jews wherever you see them. I don't see it as an organization that is seeking liberation or independence. In fact, they're oppressing the Palestinian people. The Islamic leaders from MBS to in UAE to Morocco, and basically they understand that whatever the vision of Hamas and the Palestinian Islamic Jihad in Iran is, it's not good for Arabs, then it's definitely not good for the Palestinians.
Step forward if you agree that social media has become a battleground of misinformation.
I believe that social media has become a battleground for misinformation. Certain things were being pushed out in a way that would ignite certain emotions. I've been very disappointed in some people who have been using this situation as clickbait while people are dying. I've been seeing a lot of antagonizing conversations. I've been seeing a lot of people wearing jerseys, basically. Like, I'm wearing the jersey for this team and you're wearing the jersey for this team, but it's people's lives and neither of them are going anywhere and they're there already. And the rest of us outside of it have not been helping when we've all been doing is stoking the flames. I think even the concept of disengaging or unfollowing someone because their opinion has been different in this has been an error, because only through listening and understanding what the other person is actually saying do you come to the point where you can figure out how you can be of use in the conversation instead of being part of the problem in the conversation.
We don't realize how the most simple comment or accusation about someone can spread so quickly. And I think that that's something that I experienced on my campus, that there would be one person to, tweet one lie and my entire safety would be compromised and I would be getting death threats on the basis of something that was never true. And I really agree with you that when we unfollow each other, we all really do need to listen to each other. And I think that it's also really important to maintain a level head and to seek out the truth. I do think that the younger generation is lazy when it comes to truth seeking. It's much easier to swipe through 6 seconds of TikTok videos than going and actually reading an article or speaking to an actual human being who was affected.
Step forward if you believe rape and murder are never justified.
For me, what makes this conversation really important is because when we get into this space of hate, that's when you don't see the humanity in the other people. We have to all be able to...
Listen, I have to say that the people on the right side, some people may say they're anti-Semitic because they're pro-Palestine. That's not true. They're not anti-Semitic. They're just misinformed, and they look like they're misinformed. They look like that if you actually sit down with them for a cup of coffee for 30 minutes and talk about the situation, give the relevant context, and actually speak about the things that happened that day and what led up to those things, I believe that they could change their minds. I don't think these people are anti-Semitic. They're just heavily misinformed and influenced by social media.
Fundamentally agree that rape is not okay. We have to have a baseline of how we conduct ourselves as human beings and what we tolerate and what we do not tolerate.
There was a protest on October.
Guys, I'll include the full video of Street Smart YouTube down below so you can watch the full thing and help them with their engagement. They're trying to grow their YouTube channel, so please watch it in the link below. Thank you so much for watching this video, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye. If you'd like to watch more of my stuff, please check out my channel down below. If you like what you see, don't forget to subscribe to the YouTube channel and hit that notification button so you can be notified every time I upload new content. If you'd like to support me and the channel financially, you can do that using Buy Me Coffee or Patreon down in the links below. Also, we now have a Discord that you can join down in the link below. And now you can become a YouTube member and enjoy specific YouTube perks. Thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next video.